Welcome to Monday on the Mat. My name is Liza and this is Poppy. We are bringing you a month of plank and push-up focus. And before we get started, I just want to remind you to take good care of yourself, listen to your body. If there are any things that have been recommended to you by your medical professionals, by all means take those into account as well. So we're going to get right to it. We'll start on our bellies. And we'll bring our arms in to middle finger all the way down to the elbows, okay? So right from here, my nose is hovering above the mat, and I know it's kind of hard to try and watch while you're doing this, but what I'd like you to do is have a sense that you're rolling your shoulders down the back and lifting up high enough to look towards the end of your mat. You're looking at that mat with the eye focus, not with the head craning up like that, okay? So all of that is going on, and then we're simply going to breathe in, release the head, breathe out, roll the shoulders, and lift. You'll get a little contraction across the low back. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. So we're doing this modified swan dive variation, and swan dive comes all the way up like a full push-up or a cobra pose from yoga. So we're going to hold here, and I'd like you to just press through the hands and little push, a little lower. You're barely lifting your elbows off the floor. Now this might not be for everyone because of any joint issues, but I call these lizard push-ups. We are just barely lifting off of the floor, keeping it really focused into the back of the upper arm, your triceps. We're gonna go with 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Release, bring the hands under the shoulders, roll those shoulders back, sink back into a shell stretch, an extended child's pose, or a rest position. I call it a rest position, really allowing the back to relax. By extending the arms forward, you're lengthening out all of the muscles of the arm, but in particular, you're feeling a good stretch around the shoulder girdle. And those areas really play a big role in the Pilates exercises that we do that move from a plank type position. So here we are with the shoulders drawing back again, the abdominals pulling up, and we're going to simply take one leg back, okay? That leg is going to come off of the floor with a point and a flex and a lower. And we're just going to go point, flex, lower. Now you might find point, flex, lower that you prefer being on the floor, and that's fine as well. This is super tiny, and it is the kneeling version of an exercise called front support. And you might find you are pointing when I suggest flexing. It's whatever works for you. You can even leave the ankle articulation alone. All right, I'm gonna take it to the other side. Same thing, pressing through all 10 fingers and into the forehand as well as the heel of the hand. Glide those shoulders back, pull the belly flesh up, and a point and a flex and a lower the foot. Point, flex, lower the foot. Now I'm not going to keep you here for too long. This is the modified version, as I mentioned, and I am going to show you the real deal. So you can stick with that modified variation, or you can come to a push-up position, and then we go point, flex, and lower, and we alternate. So this is front support from the Pilates mat repertoire. 2 more, 1 more, and release the knees, sink back. Rolling up through the spine, we'll come to a kneeling position, and if you need extra padding under those knees, I invite you to grab a hand towel or even bundle your mat up so that you get a little extra padding under those knees. We want to have about fist distance between the knees so that our knees are under our sit bones. And from here, we're going to do an exercise called thigh stretch. So we'll give the arms a little bit of a break, and we'll put the effort into the thighs and the abdominal muscles. Now you're working from an extended position here. So your abs quads are contracting in an eccentric way, and that's a little bit challenging to manage. And so sometimes we start to take it in the back, and I don't want that to happen. There's not an arch, you're just hinging back and coming forward. That's it. So we go 2 more times, and 1 more time, and then we're gonna stretch one leg out in front of ourselves. And you get to decide which one, and you also get to decide how far forward you move into the knee joint, so you're stretching the front of the extended hip, which is my leg that's at the back, okay? So I'm gonna actually come back over my knees, reach my arms forward, and come only towards your side. So I'm gonna open and close, open and close. Now if I feel like I can, then I'm going to close, reach forward, open, reach back. Close, reach forward, open, reach back. So again, we're giving the upper body a little bit of a rest. We'll come back to it. And 2 more. 1 more time. Okay, right from here, we're gonna place both those hands down. Bring your leg right out to the side, facing towards me, and we bring this into the upper body. So now we've got your side plank variation. This is variation number 1. Variation number 2 is going to be around the dog. Variation number 3 is going to be, well, actually you could just make it a little bit more of a kneeling exercise if you'd like, or you could come all the way to a full side plank. Okay? 1 more time. We come back to our rest position, and you may find you prefer having your arms bent, hands under forehead. Let's just find the thing that works for us. And then we'll come back out, rolling up through the spine, reaching that second leg out, kind of determining where you want to be. Okay? I like to start sort of right on top of myself, knee under hip, knee under, or knee over foot. And we gotta open it up and close. Get your movement going first with your upper body. Find out if your balance is working for you tonight. And then when you're ready, you just start to make it a little bit bigger movement. And however far you can bend and straighten that forward leg, knowing that this leg is also lengthening and getting a stretch here, but it also puts a bit more pressure on the knee. So figure out what makes sense on you, and let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And from here, we place those hands right inside of the thigh, reach that foot around. We have our side plank variations. I'm gonna do 2 in each position. Foot straight out to the side, or foot straight out to the back, and you can flip that foot as you bring the arm open. You can do a full side plank. I have this one staggered, and I get a lot of effort in my obliques when I come back towards the mat. Then we set it down, and we take a rest. And now we're going to come all the way onto the sit bones, and we'll bring our hands behind our thighs, and I'm going to have you try to tuck your tailbone under. And this can be challenging depending on your pelvic alignment. So if you find that you're back here and it feels like you're right on your tailbone, this might not be the best exercise for you. You may want to choose to come back down onto the mat and rest on your elbows and lift the legs from there, or all the way down, okay? Otherwise, we are here, holding those legs up. And we're gonna do a little bit of movement here. Flex those feet. If you need to hold, hold. If you wanna try taking your arms out, do that. You're gonna tap one heel down, exhale, pull it up. Tap it down, pull it up. As I mentioned, this can come from this position. It could also come from this position. And if you're all the way down, you may not want to put your foot all the way to the floor because it might pull your back muscles. So if that's happening to you, Make your range of motion a little smaller. No matter which position we're moving from, it feels like you're sliding the sole of the foot down an imaginary wall. We're gonna go one more time. And right from there, we're gonna come up. So if you were down, bring it up. If you were already up, put the feet down. Hands come to the mat, okay? My hands are a little bit behind my shoulders because when I come up, they're gonna roll back and stack over the elbows and wrists. My feet are here. We're going to exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. So we're working into back support now. Now in back support, if this bothers your wrists, I'm gonna encourage you to do a bridge or the version I was doing before. And then whatever version you're doing, I want you to go ahead and hold it up, okay? So we'll do a march from the bridge and from the hand bridge. So I'll show that momentarily. We're gonna just lift one leg, lower one leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Really be mindful of feeling like one side kind of drops. Be strong, press down through those feet. Pull the abdominal muscles in and up, like you're really zipping up the center line here. Okay, so that is bridge with march, or you can hold a bridge, or you can continue to go up and down. Here we are, we can march this, okay? But if you're feeling extra spunky, we'll bring it down, stretch the legs long, lift up. You can just hold this. It's like a reverse plank. You're just in this position. Back support is that same flex point type of a movement. Flex point and lower, flex point and lower, flex point and lower, flex point and lower. 3 more. And 2. And 1. And done. Bring it down. Whew. Open up those legs about the width of the mat. Soften the knees, find the sitting pose. We're gonna go into the saw. So we already did a variation on spine twist. We're gonna come from that spine twist position, press down, reach to the inside of the opposite leg, and come up and around. We exhale. And what we're trying very hard not to do is rock off the tush, okay? So you anchor those sit bones, and this is actually flexion and rotation. I encourage people to try it to the inside of the foot first so that you feel like you have the gist of the movement and you have a range of motion to work from. And then once your body adapts and or you begin to notice an improvement in hamstring flexibility, you might find that you can go a little farther because you're really anchoring the whole bottom of the body and pulling the abdominals in while you're rotating. So it's not straight. You're not trying to reach straight. And we're not bouncing. Last one. Good. For fun, we're gonna do the crab. So we grab our feet, hold on to those feet. Now, this can be your exercise. You're balancing here. Or you can roll back, roll up, and when you arrive on the top, switcheroo. We reach back, we reach up, and switch. Roll, lengthen, and switch. So these are your little pinchers, and they're holding your feet. And here's the last one. Good. From here, you're gonna finish by rolling down, 1 vertebrae at a time, sitting nice and tall, and if it's not easy to sit tall, find a bend in the knees and an anchor point in the sitting pose. Then, as you roll back, your legs naturally stretch. So you're gonna roll all the way down to the mat, bit by bit. And when you arrive at the mat, you're going to see how your back is feeling. From there, we'll reach the arms back. Now your goal is to go as far as you can without feeling your body pop away from the floor. So we want to feel the ribs and the hips. Exhale, tighten the abdominal wall, and draw this into a straight line. So when I say straight line, it's just rib to hip, makes a nice little line like the heel of the hand to the fingertips. Sorry for the floor show. So we are going to just roll up to look at the feet. Chin to the chest, arms come down. We're using the abdominal muscles, and we'll hold and then inhale back. So you're only holding for the duration of your exhalation. We exhale, roll. We inhale, release. Exhale, roll. Inhale, release. These are half roll-ups. Hands can be behind the head. And you could do a full roll-up, but I'd like it to be nice on your body. You're not throwing yourself off the floor. Breathe it in. Lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, roll it up. Good. Last time. You can bring those arms up and then sink back. Stick with what you can manage that allows you to find a challenge, but manage that challenge. So we're going to stay right here, cross the leg over, take a little twist. Ooh, I got a little snap, crackle, pop there. Good. We switch to the other side. Watch out for hanging out back here. We're going to be right up on those sit bones. Good. We're going to come to face one another. Now, we did a lot of things with the hands. So when you're supporting your body weight, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders can fatigue. So we'll give them a little extra love. And then we're just going to reach it across. And once you're here, you're going to kind of gaze up to where wall and ceiling meet. Bring it all the way around, and we'll take that second side. Gently draw the fingertips back. So you're stretching through the forearm. And then we'll relax and we'll take it across. And I like to grab hold of the arm just under the meatiness of the deltoid, pull down towards the elbow until you really feel a bit of space between the shoulder blades and length around the back side of the arm. Good, then we just take it down. Oh, here comes the crazy crew. Hello. Did you lose your cat? And come on up. Let's draw the shoulders up and release down and take a big breath in. Exhale and just say, Now, if being down on the mat bothers you in any of the variations, whether you're on your forearms or your hands, we can take a lot of these exercises onto a table, the side of the couch if it's firm enough, against the wall, the counter, the desk. So there are ways that we can start up and work our way down. And of course, our relationship to gravity plays a role in how challenging these exercises are and how much pressure is on those joints. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week for Monday on the Mat.